What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about Dark Dimension 6. We are on a countdown for Dark Dimension 6. This is going to be super exciting, and throughout the video we're going to talk about what's to come, which is going to be the new character coming to Marvel Strike Force. How is that going to impact the situation with the Scourges that we have going forward? What about the one-year events? We're going to talk about all of that, and finally I'm going to tell you about the characters that I'm considering investing in for Dark Dimension 6. Also, I'm going to show you how good I have performance in Dark Dimension 5, 4 and so on, so you can see that you can trust my word, because I have been one, if not the most successful content creator when it comes down to Dark Dimension. So as always, if you like the information on this video, you share it with your friends on Facebook and in Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure to smash that like button. I apologize, just had a huge live stream where we kicked butt on the Tournament 32 of Cosmic Crucible, and I'm a little bit tired from that. Okay, so during this live stream, we had over 150 people watching the live stream on YouTube and on Twitch, whichever platform you prefer. And we saw this bug. We didn't know exactly what this was, because when we first saw it, it had no text. Now we have the text. Now we know what it is. Prepare for Dark Dimension 6. Open Dark Dimension 6 Countdown Orb for a chance of getting Gear Tier 18 Mini Uniques, Tier 2 Isolate Blue Level 5, 1 million gold, and much more. Make sure to check out your inbox every Monday until Dark Dimension 6 is released or goes live on the 27th of June. So this is huge news, and you can see right there, the new character is going to be Super Skrull. Now we had a partial announcement of this a few weeks ago, and we were super excited, but no idea on when Dark Dimension 6 was coming. Now I'm gonna be honest, this patch is gonna be a little bit problematic. This patch is going to last maybe 1 month, or it should last 2 months. The problem is that we might have some time in between this month and the next month. We might have a minor patch in between, just to add a few other features like Dark Dimension 6 and like the incursion raids, because both of those features are not working right now in the game. The files and the data mines and so on, none of that is related with both incursion raids and Dark Dimension. So this has to be or a full new patch, or added assets through a big download in the near future. So keep that in mind. Okay, so make sure you log in not only every Friday, we have the free Friday claim, but also now on every Monday, so you can get all these juicy rewards. Like, even if you get Isolate Blue Level 5, it can help you with Apocalypse, which is a great character for Dark Dimension. Then it can also help you with your gearing up for Dark Dimension is always a problem. So make sure you save on that, and make sure you pay attention so you don't miss out these login rewards. Okay, taking a look at the blog post we had about Dark Dimension. Dark Dimension will be back, yes, and it was a lot of fun with the Scourges and with the Sagas. Now, based on the data mines that we have, we are still going to have Sagas, we are still going to have the Scourges that are now called Journeys or Packs or whatever, and the next character that is coming supposedly is going to be Mephisto. So the same way that we had Apocalypse, we're gonna get Mephisto, and the same way we had Dormammu, we're gonna get a Super Skrull. Both of those characters should be powerful enough, but while Apocalypse was locked on his own team, it seems like Mephisto is going to be more of an independent character that can be paired up with other characters as well. It might not be the case, we might have some future team about it, but we'll see when that future arrives. So very exciting news. I'm not sure how people are excited about Super Skrull. Mephisto, definitely sure, it's a recognizable name for me. In terms of Super Skrull, not as much, but from what people told me, he's actually a very powerful character. He has all kinds of Fantastic Four powers. And we also have a Skrull already in game. So if you go to the Nick Fury skin, let's go to Nick Fury. Where is Nick Fury? Is right here. So now Nick Fury has a skin with the Skrull, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks pretty solid. This is actually my favorite Nick Fury skin right now, until we have some alternative world from Nick Fury. But overall, I really like the look they are going with these Skrulls, and I really hope that this Super Skrull character will be powerful enough and exciting enough for people to rush for this Dark Dimension 6, as this is always a big journey on the community. Okay, so speaking of Dark Dimension 6, I just want to show you that I'm speaking of a place of knowledge. So if you take a look at my ranking on Dark Dimension 5, I was 1333. I was trying to get 1337 because you get the elite, so I'm super elite. Yeah, it's a joke. But yeah, so that was without spending any money on gear or any kind of extra benefits for Dark Dimension. So that was one of the fastest runs. And then when you take a look at my rank on Timed, I'm at rank 100. So this is very, very solid, clearing Dark Dimension in just 2 hours. And this is without level 95. If I do this now with level 95, it will be even faster. Anyway, so now that you can believe my words based on my amazing experience on Dark Dimension, let's talk about preparation for Dark Dimension. Which characters should you start preparing, and which characters you should prioritize in order to be as successful as possible on this new version of Dark Dimension 6. Should you even prioritize Dark Dimension 6? Should you prioritize Apocalypse? Well, the reality is that Apocalypse is limited by your Isolate Blue level 5. Even compared to Gear Tier 18, Isolate Blue level 5 seems to be a bigger bottleneck than the Gear Tier 18. And not every character needs to go to Gear Tier 18, while a lot of characters need the Isolate Blue level 5. So it's gonna take you a lot longer to get the big boy Apocalypse with Isolate Blue level 5 than it's going to allow you to gear up for the Gear Tier 18. Of course, you want to participate on as many events as possible so you can get all kinds of extra gear, 17 and 18, to gear up your characters faster. Okay, so with this in mind, we should prioritize Dark Dimension over Apocalypse. Apocalypse, you just cannot do anything about the Isolate restrictions, and until we get some new game mode that rewards you a lot of Isolate Blue level 5, there is nothing you can do about Apocalypse. So between one priority and the other, you should unlock the baby Apocalypse as fast as possible, but then ignore the big Apocalypse and focus on Dark Dimension 6. Okay, speaking of Dark Dimension 6, let's talk about the rules of Dark Dimension. For Dark Dimension, you want characters that apply negative effects, characters that apply stun, characters that attack multiple targets, characters that can gain buffs, characters that gain energy and have low cooldowns, fast speed, and also on top of that you also want characters that have decoys, like summoners, right? Kingpin, Ronan, Nick Fury, characters like that. If you have these type of characters, you are always going to be very successful in Dark Dimension. And once again, you can trust me because you just saw my amazing results. I think from all the content creators except Philosopher that paid like $5,000 or $10,000 to get up, I think I was the second best one. Okay, let's take a look at the characters that I'm going to take for Dark Dimension based on all these criteria that I talked about. So we want negative effects like blind, like slow, defense down, offense down, turn rewinds is also going to be helpful. If you have any kind of stun, that's going to be helpful. Characters that clear negative effects, decoys, and the characters that are part of the meta. Of course, you want to use as many characters as part of the meta as possible. Other thing that you need to take into consideration is to make your gear as diverse as possible. So you want to take around 3 mystic characters, 3 skill characters, 3 bio characters, 3 tech characters, and 3 mutant characters. Sometimes we cannot do this based on what's possible to have and depends on the meta of the raids and so on, but this should be your goal. Also, you need to pay attention to the centerpiece uniques. Make sure you have enough centerpiece uniques for the next iteration of gear, for the Gear Tier 18. And you also want to make sure that you double up in characters for Apocalypse as much as possible at the same time as you use for Dark Dimension 6. So this is going to be important because you are already applying the Isolate Blue level 4 and Isolate Blue level 5 on those characters, and they are going to have huge value. Now, should you do this for every single character like Scarlet Witch and She-Hulk? Should you take them to Dark Dimension 6? Of course not, but there are characters that you should take into consideration. Okay, so with all of this in mind, let's take a look at my top picks for Dark Dimension 6 today. might change in the future as we have more information with upcoming characters. We still don't know a lot of the No Edge team, and that might change a little bit the Cosmic section. Okay, let's take a look at these characters. So for City, I'm gonna take this team. No surprise, these are the best City characters. We have Firestar, Shang-Chi, Dagger, and Cloak. We have a combination of negative effects. We have multiple waves of applying blinds and slows, defense downs, and so on with to the enemies. We have healing from Shang-Chi, and we also have healing from Dagger. And Cloak, he also has a little bit of healing on Dark Dimension. It's not a lot, but it's somewhat. And Firestar, she applies offense down to the enemies. She applies slow, heal block, and more offense downs to them. Tons of bleeds, flips positive effects into negative effects. And she has a lot of synergy with Cloak and Dagger based on all being new warriors. Now, in terms of other City characters, you could pair them up with... Let's take a look at City, and there are a few good characters right away that you can mention. So depending on what you want to invest, so you can see bio, you have Spider-Man 2099, you have the OG Spider-Man. OG Spider-Man is very, very underrated. He's a great character in all game modes, and he has a lot of value in Dark Dimension. He was the king of Dark Dimension 5. Even that, a lot of people ignored my recommendation, but when people saw me one-shotting all nodes with Spider-Man, then they saw, oh, maybe this guy is correct. Okay, beyond Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099, we don't have many options. We have Symbiote Spider-Man. I don't recommend him because he's too expensive. And then we have Gwenpool and Kingpin. Kingpin is a great character with his team. It works amazing. The minions protecting them is great. The defense up, the offense up is great as well. The assists also work with non-villain characters, which is great as well. So Kingpin is probably going to be one of the best options. The problem is that he requires Vibranium, and there are a lot of characters that require Vibranium. So if you are interested in taking Kingpin, make sure you rush on that Vibranium situation right now. Beyond that, you have other interesting characters like Squirrel Girl, Spider-Woman. Mr. Negative is okay. It's not great, it's just okay. And that's pretty much it. So there are a few options. None of them are really like part of the meta right now. Maybe Kingpin has the most utility in multiple game modes. Gwenpool, she is nice, but she's Mystic, and this team is already Mystic heavy. So it's something that we have to decide in the future, and if the next patch will bring some new City characters or not. But the main team, once again, is going to be Cloak, Dagger, Shang-Chi, and Spider and Firestar. Let's take a look at the next team. The next team is going to be Global, and for Global you can use a lot, really a lot of global characters that are also required for Apocalypse, and this is going to be great for you because you already have the Eyes Away to Blue level 4 and level 5 on these characters, and that means you are going to have additional value. Then we have Captain America. Is part of the Cosmic Crucible meta, unfortunately on Season 3. He's part of the raid meta for the current raids on the Doom 3.5, but also on the upcoming Incursion raids, and he's also a great character in all game modes. So let's be honest, Captain America right now is one of the best characters in the game. And we also have Captain Sam. He's not really meta right now, we don't know for sure. He might be meta, we'll see about that in the future, but he also has huge utility in all kinds of game modes. His speed bar is amazing, and that's it. Nemesis, Dark Beast, and Spider-Weaver, they are amazing. They are amazing in Dark Dimension, and like I said, because they are required for Apocalypse, you have no problems on investing on them, and they will be part of the raid meta, Cosmic Crucible meta, and so on in the upcoming months, so it's definitely a safe investment. Okay, that's for Global. This is going to be my full Global team. Once again, the only question I have is about Captain Sam, and we'll make that decision in the near future if it will be required more skill characters or not. Okay, let's move on to the Cosmic session. This is another section where we have some problems in terms of the characters because there are a lot of new Cosmic characters. We have Cosmo, we have Korg, we have Star-Lord Annihilation, we have Thor Infinity War. So it depends on which enemies we are facing and how can we use these characters that are war meta in other game modes as well. So big questions in regards to that, but the main characters that you want to take is Deadpool, Kestrel and Kang. All of these characters are part of any meta on any game. They are amazing in all game modes and they are very plug and play. Kestrel and Deadpool, they are also required for Apocalypse, so you might have some extra value right there because you're gonna get the Isolate Blue level 5 and the Gear Tier 17 for sure. So you are already halfway through the process of gearing up these characters. Once again, the other two characters, or maybe Deadpool, she'll behind because of the Miasma. Miasma is more problematic than acquired than Vibranium. We'll see about that. But then we are going to decide in terms of which other characters we're going to take. We can take a look at the cosmic characters we have available. We could take Dormammu, he's too expensive, so I don't recommend. Strange Supreme is not great, but he has huge value in all kinds of game modes, so that would be great. Hela, I don't recommend, too expensive. Phyla-Vell and the Infinity Watch, right now I don't recommend. We'll see about that. And the other characters I also cannot recommend. Too expensive or way too much outside of the meta, and do not synergize well with the characters that we are using. So we're gonna wait and see if the new nowhere characters are going to help out in terms of Dark Dimension, which I think it will be the case. Okay, finally we have Legendary, and for Legendary we have to take Legendary characters that are not Horsemen. So there will be a section where you can take Horsemen, but the first section is non-Horseman Legendary characters. So in terms of legendary characters, we have some options available, not a lot. The main characters you want to focus on, in my opinion, is Nick Fury and Omega Red. Those are the two must-have characters. Omega Red is still one of the best characters in the game, and Nick Fury right now is very powerful as well. Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, Raids. Some people are even using Nick Fury in Arena, and Avengers Tower, like all kinds of game modes you can use Nick Fury. The same goes for Shuri. She's part of War meta, she's part of Cosmic Crucible meta with the War Dogs and with Wakanda. So overall, great investment, defense up, heal block, and she also removes the flex with her basic, and she also gives energy, which is amazing. Beyond that, we don't have many options. The best option is Dr. Octopus, but I'm gonna be honest, like he's not part of the meta anywhere right now, which is unfortunate. And the other legendary characters are not going anywhere either. The last slot is going to be for Nova. Nova is going to be part of the non-Horseman legendary team, and maybe together with Nova, Dr. Octopus is going to be amazing because they get benefits of the deflects, and Nova gives a lot of deflects. So I think overall this is going to be an amazing team for this upcoming Dark Dimension 6. And that's it. Those are the characters that I'm considering gearing up. Once again, you want to double up as much as possible with the Apocalypse saga, but it should be a priority to do Dark Dimension 6 rather than getting the big boy Apocalypse. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are excited for Dark Dimension 6. This is gonna be another great journey. This is also going to be extra content for the game, extra content for the channel, extra content for the community, and I hope to see you guys on June 27, where we're gonna start this journey, or at least start getting ready for this journey. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.